56 million versus 1.2 million. That is the gap between Jin's Instagram following and Xiao Zhan's, a nearly 45-to-1 difference in raw reach. And yet, when Gucci released its Autumn-Winter 2026 campaign, the trade publication WWD put Xiao Zhan's name first and his face on the cover. Jin's name showed up further down, folded into a phrase that simply read "and more." Welcome to Rabbit News Hallyu, where a follow account and a campaign credit just told two completely different stories about the same season. That contradiction is the detail worth sitting with. Not because one artist is more popular than the other, by that measurement, they clearly aren't, but because a brand as calculated as Gucci chose to lead its most visible fashion moment of the year with the artist who, on paper, reaches a fraction of the audience. Something else was being measured. And figuring out what that something is says more about how global entertainment brands actually think than any follow account ever could. Start with what the numbers show. Jin's audience advantage online is enormous, and given BTS's scale, unsurprising. The hashtag volume tells a similar story, nearly 30 million posts under Jin's name compared with under 2 million for Xiao Zhan, with a comparable gap on TikTok. If reach were the only currency that mattered here, this would be a short story about a K-pop juggernaut's shadow falling over everyone nearby. But reach was not the currency Gucci was spending. Xiao Zhan's ambassador history with the brand runs years deep, with 8 individual global campaigns across 5 consecutive years, positioning him as one of the house's longest-running faces rather than a recent addition. Jin, by contrast, was named a global ambassador more recently, and his campaign presence has largely run through group-oriented material rather than a standalone lead spot. 2 different contracts. 2 different roles. 2 different bets. That distinction matters because ambassador tiers are rarely about who can move the most impressions in a single post. They're built around exclusivity, regional market weight, and how long a brand is willing to bet on a face before the relationship pays off in actual retail terms. An artist with 8 campaigns over 5 years has been through multiple seasonal cycles, multiple design directions, and presumably multiple sales periods the brand can measure directly. A newer ambassador, however large their following, hasn't generated that same track record yet. Reach is immediate, but a 5-year relationship is a slower, harder number to build, and it tends to carry more weight internally than any single week of hashtag volume. That distinction crystallized at Gucci's Milan show, where seating functions as its own kind of scoreboard. Xiao Zhan was placed beside the brand CEO, at the center of the room. Jin sat next to a deputy CEO from Kering, Gucci's parent group, a respectable seat, but a visibly different one. Fashion houses do not assign seats casually. Placement at a runway show is a public, physical statement about whose face a brand wants photographed closest to its leadership, and this season, that seat belonged to Xiao Zhan. Here is where the story could have simply ended as a case study in brand strategy: different artists, different contracts, different tiers of investment, nothing especially dramatic about it. But the gap between online reach and brand placement did not stay quiet. Some fans reacted to the disparity, and a portion of Jin's fan base voiced frustration on international platforms over how the campaign framed him relative to Xiao Zhan. In an entertainment landscape where perceived slights spread instantly, that frustration did not stay contained to comment sections. This isn't unique to one fandom or one brand. International fan communities frequently treat brand credits, cover placements, and even seating charts as proxy scoreboards for their favorite artist's standing, and when a number that large doesn't match a placement that small, the mismatch itself becomes the story fans rally around, sometimes faster than the original campaign news ever did. According to the reporting behind this story, during the dispute, a number of individuals identified with Jin's fan base allegedly accessed and published Xiao Zhan's private identifying information without authorization, alongside insulting and defamatory content, conduct commonly referred to online as doxing. It's worth being precise here. This describes the alleged actions of specific individuals within a large, global fan community, not the behavior of Jin's fandom as a whole, and Jin himself has not been reported as connected to these actions. In response, Xiao Zhan's studio engaged the zhanglinghe law firm to collect evidence and pursue legal accountability against those involved. As of this reporting, that process is a legal action underway, not a concluded case. That escalation reframes the earlier anomaly. The follower gap wasn't just a marketing footnote, it became the emotional fuel for a conflict that moved from comment threads into a law firm's case file. One brand's ranking decision, in one campaign cycle, was apparently enough to trigger real consequences for real people, which says something uncomfortable about how quickly online fan competition can outgrow the marketing moment that started it. Brands measure influence in cover placement and seating charts. Some fans measure it in follower counts and headline order. When those two measurement systems disagree publicly, the fallout doesn't stay inside the industry, it can land on ordinary people's privacy. Now widen the frame past fashion entirely, because the same window of time produced a second data point that has nothing to do with follower counts or campaign contracts. At the 19th Changchun Film Festival, director Kong Sheng's film, starring Xiao Zhan, won Best Picture. In a backstage group interview afterward, a journalist asked Kong Sheng about the most memorable part of production. His first answer was about the shoot itself, more than 20 consecutive days filming in Yichang under temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius. Nobody asked a follow-up about the cast. Kong Sheng brought up Xiao Zhan anyway, unprompted, describing him as warm and easy to work with throughout the collaboration. It's a small addition to a pattern the director has repeated for months. During casting, Kong Sheng reportedly said Xiao Zhan's eyes were unusually pure, a quality that outweighed early hesitation about casting someone considered conventionally too handsome for the role. And by the director's own account, the two of them spent only about 20 minutes in direct conversation about the character across the entire production, a strikingly small amount of hands-on guidance for a performance that helped carry the film to a Best Picture win, and a detail that shifts credit toward the actor's own independent interpretation rather than heavy directorial shaping. That's the anomaly returning for a third time, and its meaning has shifted again. This isn't a brand's calculated positioning or a fan community's sense of rank. It's a director, mid-interview, volunteering praise nobody asked for, about an actor who reportedly never once requested a break despite weeks of extreme heat on set. Kong Sheng has done this before, crediting Xiao Zhan's composure at a Weibo movie night event in June, joking on an award stage in May that the audience's applause was really meant for him, and instinctively naming him when asked which actor he'd invite to see a play. None of that reads as scripted publicity. It's the kind of recurring, small, voluntary mention that tends to reflect a genuine working reputation rather than managed brand messaging. Put the fashion story and the film story side by side, and the real subject of this video comes into focus. Online reach is one measurement of an artist's standing, visible, quantifiable, and easy to compare in a single screenshot. But it isn't the only measurement industry insiders use, and in this case, it clearly wasn't the deciding one. A fashion house built its campaign hierarchy on years of ambassador history and market strategy, not follower totals. A director chose to volunteer praise based on months of working alongside someone through a punishing shoot, not on what trended that week. Neither of these signals shows up in a follower count, and that's exactly the point. A brand's 5-year ambassador relationship and a filmmaker's unscripted compliment are both slower, quieter forms of evidence than a hashtag total, and both are far harder to manufacture. Anyone can inflate a number for a week. Almost no one can fake a director bringing up an actor's name unprompted, months after the shoot wrapped, in an interview about something else entirely. None of this settles who is more famous, and it shouldn't. That question assumes fame is one thing, measured one way. What this story actually shows is that entertainment influence runs on at least two separate currencies, audience reach and industry standing, and they don't always move together. Sometimes the artist with the smaller number gets the center seat. And sometimes the reason has nothing to do with a scoreboard at all, and everything to do with who a director wanted to mention when nobody was making him. If you're the kind of viewer who wants to understand why the entertainment industry makes the choices it makes, not just react to the headlines it produces, that's exactly what Rabbit News Hallyu is built for. Subscribe if you want analysis, not just updates.